There's something about you and traveling you have got to tell us today.
Well, I just flew into Mumbai from Malaysia last night. Was doing crazy stunts all day yesterday. I can't tell you much about that movie, but it was great.
But that's Tina and Lolo. That's another film that we have.
Yeah, I got smacked in the face yesterday, and all I could think about, no bruises, no bruises. Not on purpose. We were doing stunts, and when you're doing stunts and we're doing them ourselves, there's no body double. Then sometimes you get hurt. Sometimes.
Of course, of course. But I have to ask you this. Now, every time I see you, whether it was during even jackpot days when you were always fit, it makes me feel very weird as to how you're able to fit in these workout schedules in between everywhere. You watch what you eat also, but also I've seen you eat a lot of other things also. It's not like you'll have these fancy dinners.
No, I'm sorry. I want to know what is it that you eat which is not supposed to be eaten.
You know what? I try not to constrict myself too much because, as you know, you're a woman. Once you start putting limitations on what we can and can't do or eat or what not to eat, we want to eat that even more. It's just the way that it works.
But you eat in restaurants and all. A lot of people who are, acting and all that, will say, oh, I don't think I should eat food outside. Too much oil and, the works.
But you know what? I have a few select places that I go all the time, and I eat a lot of fish, I eat a lot of chicken. On sets, my whole team knows not to offer me candy, not to offer me sweets, not to offer me anything that is not either fruit or my lunch. I don't snack in between my meals when I'm working, so I'm not constantly eating something.
So you're not into that kind of every 2 hours let's eat a little something?
Yeah, for me, what works for me is not necessarily what I'm eating, it's the quantity of what I'm eating. So if I'm eating just, one palm-sized portion of...
So are you a lover of food then?
I am a lover of food. I'm Punjabi. I love food.
And she's a Taurian. Like, that just is a giveaway. They love their food.
Yes.
So have you had... What is the kind of Indian food you love and you've enjoyed and you think you can't live without it?
The one thing that I love that I never get to eat is aloo ke parante.
But your cheat day on a Sunday or a Saturday, you could always do that. Yeah? It's fine. Then you can work out an extra hour in the gym.
entertainment, there's no such thing as a cheat day. I mean, unless it's something that I really want, then yeah, I'm going to eat it because I want to eat it. And then the next day I have to work a little harder. Yeah.
What is your exercise regime like? I mean, are you somebody who's got a trainer with you all the time, or is...
No, I don't have a trainer. I've been working out for... since I can remember. I've always played sports. I've always been really active growing up.
But there were 5 classes that you would take in between, probably for Tina and Lolo.
Yeah, there's training and stuff that we do all the time. I'm always traveling. We're always trying to work out. I actually wear about 10 pounds on my ankles, those ankle weights, and I walk around with them. I also do different exercises between takes. So I keep weights on me, around me all the time.
So one sec, this is while you're shooting?
Yeah, and I take the weights off right before I'm about to take.
So you're like, Rahul Dev used to be like this. In between shots, he'd have his dumbbells and he'd be working out with his dumbbells. Even if it was a fully clothed shot. Even if he's wearing like a jacket, he'd be doing that. So you're actually doing this in between shots?
I don't know, but not exercises like that, but I keep the weights on me, and if I'm just sitting somewhere, if I'm in my vanity, I do a few exercises.
Okay, I want to start on the spooky talk. Yesterday something really spooky happened to me. I was actually it was a crowded street, I was in my car, and there was no way in hell there was anybody over there who came and knocked on my window going like that, and I was like, something really happened there.
But she feels a lot more than most others.
I know. I think it's the ESP of number 4, but I need to ask you, considering you're one as well, number 4, do you have experiences that you like to share in your personal life? Because the movie now just takes it to another level.
Right. The really weird experiences that I get is, I believe my mother had this when she was alive, is I get these crazy dreams of people being hurt, or that my friend's father is talking to me but he's also passed away, or my girlfriend's mother was sick, she had a heart attack, something crazy, and I saw it in my dream, and the next day I call them, I get goosebumps thinking about it, I call them and I say, is your mom okay, or are you feeling okay? And they're like, no, my mother's really sick right now, and I haven't talked to this person in years. So I get feelings like that every so often, and
complete sixth sense then.
Yeah, well, there was one time where my girlfriend's father, he was in my dream talking to my mother, who was also passed away, and he was just telling me how much he didn't like the current boyfriend she was with, and how he's no good for her, and how he didn't, like.
Maybe it's what you
like
wanted to
it.
say to her.
I don't know, but it was her father. So then I called her the next morning, and I said, Harjeet, are you dating somebody that is like XYZ? And she's like, yeah. I go, did you just break up with him? And then she's like, oh my god, I did just break up with him.
Oh.
And then she tells me the whole story. I go, well, I know this is going to sound really weird, but your dad didn't like him either.
Wow.
But I don't have like spooky stuff like somebody banging on a door. And
No, but what if, so when I was young, so we used to live in a 3-story house. So if it was post 11 o'clock, while you were running up the stairs used to freak me out, especially if I look back. So they were like about 30 or 20 steps. Did something ever happen, or when you're walking in the night, Bombay is a horrible place, but as far as greenery is concerned, but if in a park or something, if you're crossing through.
Anything spooky.
I have the same issue that you do with stairs.
When you look back, right? It's completely
No,
dark.
I watched the movie when I was really young, and I probably shouldn't have people under the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
And ever since then, anytime there's stairs, I bolt up the stairs so fast. Or like Candyman, I always stick my hand into the bathroom to turn the light on first.
Even now.
Yeah.
Especially in a new hotel, that does make sense. Okay, now Valentine's Day is also coming.
Has there been any memorable Valentine for you, or your husband's made it special, or in the past?
My favorite Valentine's was one, and I know it's going to sound really weird, was one where I was all by myself. It was when, I know, your face, you're like, what? It was actually when I first met my husband, and I was shooting a horror movie in Oman, and we had just started talking to each other, and we were talking and talking. I had like a stack of phone cards like this, probably about 6 inches high for all the listeners that don't know what this is. And what he ended up doing for Valentine's Day is he sent me a FedEx package of a mixed CD, of a beautiful letter, and 2 dozen roses flown in from Switzerland, brought to my room. And it was the sweet. I mean, when you think about flowers, it doesn't cost a lot for flowers. It doesn't cost a lot to print out a piece of paper and write a nice letter.
FedEx does.
I'm not talking about the shipping. I'm not talking about the actual cost of the item. A CD that you get in a pack of 100 that costs like 10 cents, that he put the mix together, and it was just really sweet. That was probably the sweetest thing. And I think for girls, when you know that your guy is doing something that is above and beyond, not something that costs a lot of money, but that's so thoughtful, that's what makes an amazing Valentine's.
And that's what makes it very tough for every guy. Why can't you just make it easy and say, why don't you just buy that for me? I'd be really, really happy.
It's nice. I mean, all of us girls do like that too, but, sometimes when you're in love, when the guy does something really,